Hello and welcome to another episode of Nature with You. I'm your host, Abby. Today I will be talking to my friend Greg. Greg is a Maryland, Baltimore native and is a mechanical engineer by trade. He received his bachelor's and master's in mechanical engineering from the University of Maryland. He enjoys traveling, especially to Iceland, and appreciates the differences in the places he goes. He is also an animal lover and spends his free time exploring nature around Baltimore with his dog Charlie. He is also a big cephalopod nerd, which you will hear throughout the episode. Enjoy! What is your favorite type of animal, plant, or landscape?
My favorite animal by far is the octopus, which is a cephalopod. They're amazing. They're like aliens. They're like they shouldn't even be on Earth.
Have you watched, there's a Netflix movie that my parents have tried to get me to watch.
My Octopus Teacher?
Yeah,
Of
have
course.
you watched it?
Yes.
Okay, did you know all of that before you started watching?
Yes. It's very cool.
What are your favorite facts about octopi?
They have 9 brains, unlike us. They're invertebrates, so they don't have a spinal column like us. But they have a central brain, which is shaped like a donut in the middle of their head. But each of their 8 tentacles also has a brain, so they can independently control themselves. So they're not actively thinking about it like we would,
Right.
like when you move your arm, but they can just do it independently.
This is a weird question, but if one of their tentacles got cut off,
It'll grow back.
it'll grow back, but it couldn't still do stuff by itself?
Yeah, until it grows back, it's pretty much dead.
Okay.
But they have 7 other ones.
But like the tentacle itself, like it was just floating?
No, they'll flop around if
Okay.
it gets bit off by
Okay.
something. Yeah.
Yeah. And what experience do you have with these animals?
I've only ever held 2 of them. They can be friendly to people or not. They like smell you with their suckers. And if they like you, they'll embrace you. It's really nice. But if they don't like you, they'll spray water at you.
So have you encountered both?
No, I've had the only 2 experiences. They both wrapped their tentacles gently around mine and sniffed me, and then they were cool.
And are the suction cups, are they sticky, or what are they like?
They're sticky, yeah. It feels like a regular suction cup that you might have on your mirror or something
Right.
like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But they can let go, you know.
Yeah. I don't know why I always picture them being so sticky.
They're not like gooey or like
Right.
gluey. They're just, they use literally suction.
Yeah.
And then they can let go at will.
Interesting. And when you were with them, like, what was the setting? Were you at an aquarium?
I was in an aquarium, yeah.
Oh.
And you put your hand in the tank. And then if they want to come up to you, they will. If not, they won't. And then if they want to come up to you, they'll smell you with their suction cups. That's their sensory organ for smelling and also holding on to things. And they'll check you out. And if they like you, they'll be cool. If they don't like you, they'll squirt water at you and peace out.
I think I've seen one far away while I was snorkeling once, but it was insane how camouflaged it was. So that leads me to my next question. What do you know about their camouflage capabilities?
I know quite a bit. The cells are called chromatophores,
Oh.
which means color cells. But the thing that I understand is they actually can't see color, like with their eyes.
Yeah.
But their other sensory organs can sense the background where they're at and try to mimic it as best as
Oh.
possible.
That is hard to wrap my brain
So they don't even
around.
have to think about it, actually. You know what I mean? And they can
Yeah.
change the texture of their skin, too. They can make their skin turn like rock-like, like bumps come out of it and stuff like that. Yeah.
Gosh.
They're amazing mimics and camouflagists.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they don't even actively think of it. Like I said, they have 9 brains, and they're
Right.
basically, they're said, and I don't know how they measure this, that they're basically as smart as your average house cat.
Yeah, that is interesting. How would you measure that?
Yeah, I don't know. But they can solve puzzles. They can open jars from the inside and outside. They can learn things.
That makes me think of Finding Dory. Have you seen that?
Of course.
Yeah, the one octopus in that. Just the way they do the camouflage in that. I'm sure it's not that explicitly realistic, but it's, you know.
Pretty good, I would
Yeah.
say.
Okay.
I liked it.
Okay, it was pretty accurate.
I like Pixar.
Yeah. I like Pixar too.
I know.
Any other facts you want to share about them?
Yes. This one is the one that upsets me. They only live about 2 years. As soon as they mate, they die.
Oh,
Yeah.
intense.
So The male octopus, they don't actually have sex or anything. He just picks up a packet of sperm from a special pouch and he puts it into the female octopus, okay?
Oh.
Then he goes away. They're very solitary. They don't hang out except for breeding season. And then the female octopus will find a cave or something like that to lay her eggs.
Yeah.
And then she has to keep airing the water. She has to keep fanning it. So she doesn't eat the entire time. She doesn't eat. So then she just wastes away and dies.
So just the females die?
No, the male dies too.
Oh my gosh. Why does the male die?
I think that's just evolution. I'm not really quite certain on that, but the female dies because she doesn't eat, and she lays up to 500,000 eggs. So that's a lot of baby octopus.
And how many of them are successful?
Probably less than 10%. That's why I strike the numbers.
Yeah, but that's a lot of energy to put into all those eggs. Yeah.
And again, I don't know why she can't go out to eat, but she doesn't. She just stays in the cave, aerating the eggs.
Yeah.
And the male I've seen videos of the male, like they just start turning white and wasting away.
Interesting.
It's like they serve their purpose.
Right,
Something like that. I don't know. I'm not.
I guess that is the evolutionary purpose of animals, to reproduce and
Be fruitful and multiply.
Pass on their successful genes.
Yes.
Yeah. So where do you find most of your information? If people were interested in not just octopus, but
cephalopods in general?
Yeah.
I read a lot of books, but also there's plenty of stuff on YouTube. It's free. There's documentaries, like the Netflix one you mentioned, my octopus teacher. There's plenty of information out there if you're willing to look for it.
Yeah.
And I look for things that I'm interested in, because I think they're just so wild and alien and so different from us.
Yeah.
But intelligent.
Do you have any books, any book recommendations?
Evolution of Species by Darwin. That's a pretty old one. No, not really. I read like encyclopedias and dictionaries and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
That's what I did as a kid. I'm a huge nerd. I didn't watch TV as a kid. I would just literally read the encyclopedia cover to cover.
Yeah.
And it just got me interested, so then I started seeking out videos and stuff like that. It's easier to watch a video than to read a book. It's a little lazier, but it's more stimulating.
Do you have plans to ever try to see one in the wild?
Yeah, I have seen one in the wild when I was snorkeling. I didn't touch it or anything like that. It just went away. Yeah, you're not supposed to do that. But in the zoo or the aquarium, you're allowed to touch them. It's a pretty cool experience. It was very exciting for me.
Nice.
And I had a good experience. It didn't squirt at me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
It didn't spray ink on me.
Yeah. Does that actually happen?
They will squirt ink when they're in danger or like feeling like something's coming after them. And that's a pretty cool fact, too, because the ink has a bunch of different chemicals in it, mostly melanin, which is what our skin pigments are. But it also has a couple other chemicals that will stun the predator, confuse them. It doesn't hurt them, but it makes them, I don't know what's going on, and then the octopus can hopefully escape.
Yeah. What are their main predators?
Sharks, other octopus, anything that's bigger than them, really, but any kind of fish that's bigger than them, they'll eat it. Because they start out pretty small, and then they can get bigger. The biggest one's not... The Pacific octopus is the biggest one, and it probably only weighs like 10 pounds. A very close cousin to the octopus is called a cuttlefish, and they are also invertebrates. These guys are all related to snails, like just slimy, gooey creatures that don't have a spinal column like a mammal like us. But for some reason, cuttlefish have a bone in their back called a cuttle bone, and it's like ballast for a boat. It allows them to float and sink when they want to. And a lot of people feed them to their parrots or any kind of bird.
So they're small?
Cuttlefish, some of them get really big. There's so many species. And so once they die or are caught or whatever, people will put them in bird cages. Just the bone, not the actual cephalopod. And it's full of calcium. It's good for the birds. They're snacking on it. But they are also very intelligent. And one of my favorite stories about them is during mating season, and they do basically the same thing as octopus, that they die afterwards. But that's not the interesting part. Is that so? Usually it's like the bigger males are more likely to fertilize the females, right? So there'll be like one female in heat, if you want to call it that, and she'll be surrounded by a swarm of males. And usually the larger one will compete, and the other guys will fight each other to try to beat them off of her. And so the clever ones that are smaller will change their body shape to look like a female. And then they'll get in there and fertilize the female while the other guys are all beating each other up.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. There's videos of it. I could show you.
Wow. That's brains over brawn.
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
That's cool.
Yeah. And they could change colors too. Here's one more fun fact is all octopus are venomous, but there's only one species that is harmful to humans and it will kill you. It's called the blue ring octopus. It's a tiny little guy, lives in Australia, and he's got bright color signaling, stay away from me. The other guys, so they have beaks, which are made out of chitin, which is basically a bunch of proteins. That's the only hard part of their body. The rest of it is completely squeezable.
Squishy.
And so they can fit through anything that their beak can fit through. So any narrow opening, any hole, they can squeeze through it as long as their beak can pass through.
That is cool.
Yeah.
And does the beak allow them to eat like really hard stuff too?
Yeah, that's the only way they can digest stuff.
Okay. What do they eat?
Anything they can get their hands on, their tentacles on. Yeah. They eat other octopus. They are cannibalistic.
Oh, right.
Small fish, minnows, things like that. I don't know about them eating like clams and stuff like that, but yeah, they'll pretty much eat anything. They're opportunistic predators.
I'm sure they could pry open a clamshell with their tentacles.
Certainly.
Yeah.
I just never seen a video of it, but yeah, they probably could, or crack it with their beak.
Yeah.
But clams are also mollusks, so they're close cousins to octopus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How strong are their beaks?
They're pretty hard. I would say they're about as hard as your nails, maybe.
Okay.
So they're not like titanium, but
yeah. What natural phenomenon do you find most interesting?
To me, it's the Northern Lights.
Why?
I've been to Iceland a couple of times, and it's just amazing to see it, and it's just stunning, and it's like heaven is moving. And it's just because ionizing radiation is hitting our upper atmosphere and knocking electrons off. I know how it works, but it doesn't matter if you're just sitting there looking at it.
It works.
It just doesn't matter either way. It's breathtaking. It's stunning. And Iceland is also my favorite place on Earth, by the way.
So you've been 3 times, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
One time was just for a day, so that's we can throw that one away. But then 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
2 times.
And people have said it's a lot more driving than you think it is because everything's pretty far away.
Yeah.
But I feel like that correlates to there just being so much natural beauty and not urbanization.
So we drove around the entire island, 360 degrees. It took 2 weeks, but we stopped a lot of places, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to take it in. There's a crashed airplane that takes an hour and a half to walk to off the road that we went to and then walk back. So yeah, there's just a lot of sightseeing. And it's just natural beauty. The cities are cool too, but whatever. You've seen a city, you've seen a city, right? But if you see 10 waterfalls in a row, you're like, whoa, that's wild.
So would your favorite part of Iceland be seeing the Northern Lights, or what?
I think my favorite experience there was when we went dry suit diving. Do you know what that is?
Don't.
It's like a wetsuit, but the water doesn't come in.
Oh, okay.
So there's this place that is on the rift between the European and American continental plates, okay? I can't remember. I can't pronounce the names anyway.
Right.
So it has, the water is 3 degrees Celsius, 365 days a year, and it is the second clearest water in the world.
Oh, okay.
That's what the tour guide told me. And you go in there, and it's just so beautiful. There's no fish because it's too cold for them.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, a stray fish will get in there, and it doesn't go so well for it, but it's just so clear and beautiful, and I would highly recommend that tour if you're going to go there.
I think the waterfalls would be one of my favorite parts, and there's just so many.
There's 200 something.
Oh my gosh.
I'll show you pictures after this.
Okay.
If you want.
Absolutely. And my mom, she always talks about the "Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls" song. And she's like, I want to chase waterfalls. So that just made me think of that.
It's very cool. No, waterfalls are great.
What made you first go to Iceland?
So when I was graduated from high school when I was 18, I took a trip to Amsterdam so I could smoke weed, but my layover was in Iceland.
Okay.
And I met a bunch of really nice Icelanders. They were super sweet. They speak English better than we do, and 3 other languages. So I was like, and I got to be on the ground for a little while. I didn't go far from the airport, but the airport's pretty close to Reykjavik, which is the capital city.
Yeah.
And I just was so enamored of it. And so then I started doing research about it. And then I decided to go back 2 more times. That's not going to be my last time, though. If you go in the summer, you're not going to see the Northern Lights. But I was walking around with my shirt off because it was like 70
So
degrees
hot.
in July.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? It wasn't. No, it doesn't get hot.
Right.
It's like 70 is probably the max you're ever gonna get. Oh, and they have these beautiful ponies if you like horses
Aw.
that are all over the place, and there's sheep all over the place, just walking free.
Yeah.
And sheep dogs everywhere. They're super friendly. It's just like everything there's friendly. I will say one bad thing. Their food sucks.
Oh, what kind of food?
Mostly seafood, but no. So do you know Anthony Bourdain?
Yeah.
He said the worst thing that he ever ate was a thing called Carl, and I tried it. It wasn't the worst thing I've eaten, but it's these little cubes of Greenland shark. And if you were to catch a Greenland shark and just cook it and eat it, you would get sick because it's so full of ammonia.
Oh.
So what they do is they bury it underground for 6 months and let it rot. And then they dice it up into cubes. They look like cheese cubes.
But it actually is shark?
It's a shark, and it tastes like ammonia. It's not good.
Yeah.
It's something that you have to try once, or at least I did, but we didn't like it.
And so you said one of the first reasons you wanted to go back was because you met so many cool people. Mm-hmm. So how do you think that made your experience better, getting to know the people who actually live there and learning about it?
We would just make friends everywhere. They would explain to us everything in English. They taught me Iceland words. This is an Iceland tattoo right here.
Oh, cool.
It's just, everybody's friendly. The pace of life is slower than it is here.
Yeah.
People are just doing their thing. They have a much different attitude than us Americans do.
Yeah, I think that happens pretty much every other country. It's just the pace is so different, and you don't have to hustle as much.
And they at least pretended to like us, but it's not like we were giving them any money or anything. We're just at a pub or something,
right.
Just chatting up some people, and they loved us. Now, their only industry, though, they don't really make a lot of things, is tourism. So they like American dollars at the very least.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah. I do think it probably is interesting from their perspective. That is their biggest industry, but obviously when Americans travel, they're not necessarily conscious of their impact or don't even try to consider what they're doing when they go somewhere. So it's probably like they love hate.
Yeah, and I was very respectful, and then they pay you the respect back. Now, if you come in there like a Karen, then maybe they'll treat you a little colder.
Understandably.
Here's another fun fact that you can cut if you want. They almost pay no electricity bills because their entire island is heated by geothermal. So when you're driving around the road, you'll see all these big plants, but they're just generating steam from the heat below them. Mm-hmm. And so in the winter, the roads in Reykjavik and some of the other cities are melted from ice because they have pipes intentionally running underneath them to melt the ice off the sidewalks and streets. That's
so cool. And then they don't need to apply salts or anything, which further cause issues.
They don't burn electricity.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's pretty cool. My favorite vodka comes from there, and it's made 100% green, zero energy.
Oh, what's it called?
It's called Reykja.
Okay, I'll need to look that up.
Reykjavik means smoky cove. Vik is cove, Reykja is smoke. Mm-hmm. And so the vodka is called Reykja. And it's very good. I would have brought some if I had any.
No, that's cool. Yeah. My parents love to try liquor from other places. That provides a whole new avenue of getting to know a place. Yeah, and it's especially awesome that it is made with
100% carbon-free emissions.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Steam. Mm-hmm. I think it's really cool. And it tastes good. It tastes like vodka when it all tastes the same.
Yeah.
But their national drink, I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but it's not very good. It's like licorice flavored, and a lot of people don't like licorice.
Yeah, I'm not a licorice fan.
Yeah, whatever.
Funny enough about geothermal, so in my geology class last semester, we went out to Towson University. They're actually installing a bunch of geothermal.
That's cool.
I don't know, what are they called? Sites or?
Were they in the ground?
Yeah.
Heat pumps, basically.
Pumps.
I mean, that's what I would call them as an engineer.
Yeah.
But I don't know what your guys' terminology was.
No, that sounds right.
Yeah.
We got to see what they're doing, and it was just a cool visual learning experience because we were like talking about it in class, and
yeah,
it is cool. I know it's very expensive to install, but then
after 5 years, I think you get your return on your investment, something like that. So you have to be patient, but
right, which I think is what happens with solar panels.
Exactly,
too.
That's about 5 years too.
Yeah.
So
yeah. People like to see quick returns, though. People don't have patience anymore.
Okay, if you want to install solar panels on your house, but you don't plan on living there for the next
Right.
5 years,
Then that makes
then
sense.
why would you do it? I guess you could justify it that the next buyer, it will add value to the house for them.
Yeah. Yeah. Unless they just don't care. But I think more people are caring. At least
I do.
pretending like more people are caring because it helps
I
me.
keep seeing more and more of them on roofs.
Yeah.
So
Same. So about clean energy, it's clearly being utilized by all people regardless of how they identify. Because I'm pretty sure in the United States, the area that has the most like wind energy is Texas or just like the Midwest, which is usually a red region.
Yeah, but they're filled with windmills.
Because you can understand how things work and use them to your advantage. You don't have to just label one thing as, oh, we can't touch clean energy because it's too liberal.
Too woke.
So it's just things like that I think are becoming more neutralized, which is great.
Yeah, don't you want your power bill to go down whether
Exactly.
you're on either side of the spectrum?
Yes, we all care about where our money, spending our money and just efficiency of our utilities. We can all agree on that.
And so here's another big thing that factors into that. All this AI stuff, it eats so much power.
Yeah.
These server farms are insane. They're just eating up so much energy, and I'm guilty because I use AI every day. It uses up a lot of fresh water, too, to cool the server farms. But even if I don't use it, it's still going to be there. So I might as well get ahead of the curve.
We all have individual free will, so we can choose what we want to do. I try not to use it as much as I can, even though I know, like, jobs I'm applying to are probably using AI to filter me out.
Absolutely. It's a battle. It's a warfare.
It's a battle, yeah. It's just hard for me to go against what I believe in, and that's just my choice.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying get used to it whether you like it or not. That's all I'm saying.
I know.
I'm not saying I like it, but I'm like, you know what? If you can't beat them, join them.
That's your choice.
Yeah.
What do you know about climate change?
I know that it's real and that it's caused by humans.
Okay.
The science is there. I'm a scientist. I study the data. If you look at from the Industrial Revolution to current day, you can see if you look at the numbers and you know how to read numbers, you can see that we are causing it.
Okay, and when you're saying numbers, what are the numbers representing?
How much CO2 is in the atmosphere, how warm, just temperature numbers, you know? And then the skeptics will be like, oh, we've had ice ages before. And okay, yeah, the Earth is cyclical, but not to this extent. We've been measuring temperatures for a very long time now, and we've seen a huge spike, and it's still going up. So yes, it's real, and I'm not happy about it.
Do you know anything about how they find those temperatures from like millions of years ago? Maybe not millions.
No.
Okay.
Just since humans have been taking temperatures, since thermometers.
Okay,
we can also look at geological stuff and see.
I didn't know if you knew about proxies and like ice cores or anything like that.
I do. I wanted to be a geologist as a kid.
Oh, really?
But I realized engineering makes more money, so.
That is a great point.
Yeah, you can dig deep into the earth and see what conditions were like long before humans were even here. So it's just, the evidence is there. People just want to stick their hands in their ears and be like, nah.
Have you ever thought about why people want to? Like any
Because they don't want to suffer any kind of restrictions to their life.
Yeah.
They want to drive a big old pickup truck, keep their house at 80 degrees in the winter and stuff like that.
Which I don't even know how people enjoy that. Like, we keep our house at 67. We just both run hot, though, so.
My house is at 60, and I'm totally fine with it. And guess what? I can put more layers on if I need to.
I know.
That doesn't cost any energy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I feel about that, too. I just think the way that everything has been phrased and, like, the way the media handles anything regarding
Don't trust the media, trust the scientists.
Yeah, but how, like, we'll have to respond in order to lessen our impacts in the future. It definitely does put our love of convenience at risk, and I just think the way things are phrased needs to change. And people use...
Do you want your kids to live? Your grandkids?
Yeah. And it's like...
You might be dead, but so what?
but all your family
You're
just...
not an octopus.
Can we all just consider other human beings once? Like,
Yes.
It's very frustrating that this will always continue to happen. People will just care about their own lives. And
Yeah, that's how we are.
it's just how we are and how we're able to be, because we can just turn everything off and stay in our zone.
And just watch Netflix all day.
Yeah, but even when people use the term sustainability, I feel like that just causes people to groan. It's, oh my gosh, you're about to tell me I can't eat meat, I can't use any plastic. Meanwhile, everything has plastic on it.
Yes.
It just makes people want to gouge their eyes out.
I think maybe we need to change our approach.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I'm not an expert in that. Just know science.
Yeah.
You know, I know facts.
And that's the thing. There are so many brilliant scientists, but we now have a different goal, and it's communication and media strategies. So
Yeah, but scientists aren't necessarily good at that.
So we need people who...
You got like Neil
can do
deGrasse
both.
Tyson and Carl Sagan, rest in peace, but there's not a lot of them out there.
Yeah.
They just look at facts, numbers, data, statistics.
And they shouldn't have to also be great at communicating everything. So now we need to recruit people who have those skills. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, no trash on scientists here, but they do what they do well, and we can't expect one group of people just to be able to solve everything. Just
Especially
teachers
uneducated
often get...
people.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be in charge, but they are.
Yeah. Yes, they are, and it's frustrating. Thank you for listening to another episode of Nature with You. If you're interested in more episodes, search Nature with You on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. If you're interested in more content, feel free to follow Nature with You on Instagram and Facebook.